But shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. That's all I gotta say right now. Shut the living hell up. There's a wise man who's more on Rumble than YouTube nowadays, and his name is Viva Fry. And this whole entire rant Facebook post, because Wesley Crusher, what is his human name again? I can't think of it. Well, yeah, Will Wheaton is so insignificant, and because he has basically forced himself out of the conversation, has to cry all the way on Facebook, because mind you, he's on Facebook again because he was kicked off of Mastodon for being, quote, a transphobe. How? I don't know. But Will Wheaton was kicked off of a uber left platform and is now labeled a transphobe. That gets a little more political and esoteric and things that I still don't know fully fathom. But he left Twitter again because of Trump, went to Mastodon, got kicked off, and is now on Facebook in the irrelevant corner. And is now complaining that Elon owns Twitter, even though he refuses to use Twitter. Shut up, Wesley. In the typical display of the actor's love for overdramatic pearl clutching, Star Trek host Will Wheaton, oh yeah, there they go again, Will Wheaton, has come to believe that the new Twitter CEO, Elon Musk, is a malevolence who is actively hurting our society. I mean, similar things could be said about you, Will Wheaton, and several people from Hollywood that have to always be in the mainstream. The chain of events that led Wheaton to his meltdown began on November 19th when Nine Inch Nails frontman Trent Reznor, man, don't you miss when these punk rock bands were actually punk rock and not establishment shills? I have a reason for believing why they're establishment shills, but that's because they were always against the man, and once they became the man, they had to ensure that they pull up all the ladders up behind them because they wanted to be number one all along. Revealed to the Hollywood Reporter that he would be leaving Twitter following its official takeover by Musk. "I'm about to depart," Reznor said on the red carpet to Bones and All, a romantic horror film for which he and sole other member of Nine Inch Nails, Atticus Rose, you have to destroy the name Atticus now. I have to rename my dog, provided the soundtrack for. Why is there a romantic horror film? Sorry for that tangent. I just want to know how do you do a romantic horror film? We don't need the arrogance of a billionaire class to feel like they can just come in and solve everything. Jesus Christ. God, so lack of awareness is just palpable. Even without him involved, I just find that it has become such a toxic environment, he added. For my mental health, I need to tune out. I don't feel good being there anymore. I didn't feel good being there beforehand, and to be honest, a lot of people should still use less time on Twitter. It is a very... social media is a very addictive environment, and there's reasons for that. There's a lot of psychoanalysis that went into all that, some psychology, and the fact that they use a lot of tricks that casinos use to get you to stay. I mean, for this part, yeah, tune out. If you don't like it, don't be on there as much. Don't mean that you need to come out and virtue signal that you're leaving, because you won't be missed. Making good on his word, Reznor would go on to delete his account the very next day, a move which in turn drew outright mockery from Musk. On November 21st, in reply to the observation made by user CatTurd2, shout out to CatTurd, such an amazing individual. that it had been 48 hours since Elon Musk reinstated President Trump's Twitter account, and the world still hasn't ended. Which is true. People freak out over the smallest little things that Elon does, and ultimately nothing really bad happens. Remember, we had it on good authority that Twitter was gonna fall apart overnight. My money's on Elon the businessman. The platform's new CEO laughed, and it turns out that Trent Nine Inch Nails Reznor is actually a crybaby. Aww. Yeah, I gotta love Elon. He's not a perfect man. Nobody's a perfect man. He's done things that I highly disagree with, and has opinions I highly disagree with. But you gotta admit, he's a fun dude. This is just fun. It seems Musk's tweet was the tipping point for Wheaton. Shut up, Wesley. As shortly after, it was published that the actor took to his personal Facebook to decry. Note, like I said at the beginning, he has to go to Facebook. Boomer territory. I have family members that probably are going to watch this. Love you guys. Facebook's for boomers. Nobody actually uses Facebook anymore. It's super irrelevant. But that's where Wheaton goes. That's where he chose to go. That's the only place he is because he's that irrelevant. He took himself out of the conversation. I cannot fathom the emptiness, the insecurity, the insatiable need for attention and validation, the staggering arrogance, the malevolence, and total void of human experience that is Elon Musk. Through all of Will Wheaton's entire rant, remember the words of Viva Fry. Confession through projection. Constantly replace Elon Musk's name with Will Wheaton. We can do that real quick. I cannot fathom the emptiness, the insecurity, the insatiable need for attention and validation, the staggering arrogance, the malevolence, and total void of human experience that is Will Wheaton. He is the richest man on the planet. Will Wheaton isn't that, so yeah, that goes to Elon. Added the host of Paramount Star Trek franchise post-episode talk show, The Ready Room. How many people still watch that? Remember, Star Trek is a very dead brand. Because people like Will Wheaton drove it to the ground. You can't go anywhere or do anything without interacting with something he's a part of in some way. God, I think I'm doing a Will Wheaton voice pretty accurately. There are literal millions of people who uncritically worship him in spite of overwhelming evidence that he is a douchebag, Wheaton continued. Some number of them will come after me as they come after anyone who points out their naked emperor. God. What? I mean, I thought, a little more political here. I thought Elon's whole rant and reasoning for not bringing Alex Jones, though I see where it's coming from, I highly disagree with it. I think everybody has the right to free speech. I think everybody has the right to speak as long as they don't violate the law. So I have criticisms for Elon. I have serious criticisms for Elon. CCP, stuff like that. Wanting Twitter to become WeChat, not a huge big fan of that. To be perfectly honest, I don't want a single social media for everything. I don't. They'll spend entire days going after me and people like me, slavishly serving a man who does not even know they exist. I mean, you do the same thing. People do this, well, probably less people do the same thing for you. You want people to be doing that for you. You want to be doing that for a certain ideological group. And you do that for a certain ideological man in government. But I mean, lack of awareness, confession through projection, all the things that these rich, uppity Hollywood liberal types have. They are his army of fools, uncritically serving his every whim, and it still isn't enough. Oh, I can feel the soy. Wheaton then opined, he can have any material thing he wants, and he will never be happy or satisfied. He has no real friends. Every single person around him is either a viper, a parasite, or both. I think maybe that's you. I don't think you have any real friends, to be perfectly honest. Wesley. I like saying that. This man is so irrelevant. And he's only doing this because he wants relevance. That's all he wants. Which is why we all just tell him to shut up. So what does he do? Asked the former Next Generation actor. He bullies and threatens and harasses and trolls and behaves like the weak. I don't think that's weak. I think that's just poking fun at people that are funny. I mean, in order to poke fun, because these people don't like fun. Let's be fair. Trolling in whole reality is just jokes. It's just poking fun at somebody. It's, jabs here or there. Only secure people can survive the jab. Only people that understand everything can survive the jab. That's why guys are better suited at jabbing one back and forth, because they know it's never very personal. A whole other psychoanalyst stuff. But you have to be very strong and secure in yourself in order to survive these trolls or these jabs. That's why on the meme stream, shout out to my fellow brothers of the Legion of Memers, when Scimitar, shout out to Scimitar buddy if you're watching this, love you man, makes more Dermaranth posts, I really don't care. I laugh at it. I do regret ever putting on a wig and using a voice mod, but at the same time I say, I did it. This is my life now. I'm Dermaranth. It is what it is. Weak, scared, insecure child he has always been. That's it. Oh, yeah, scared. This is the behavior of the weak. Scared, insecure child he's always been. I don't think he's insecure. I mean, he's super rich. Oh, there's Elon. That's a tragedy for him, but it's dangerous for us. He doesn't care what he destroys or who he hurts, as he chases the existential thing he cannot ever have. What? But he has Twitter. You don't. A lot of these people are just pissed off that they don't have control of Twitter anymore. Even though, let's be real, Will. You weren't on Twitter. You're over on Facebook, and you refused to come back to Twitter as long as Trump was on there, and you never went back when he got banned. Now you're shouting into the void that is Facebook, and nobody really cares. If it wasn't for bounding on the comics, I probably would have never seen this. Drawing his rant to a close, Wheaton ultimately asserted, he's saying hurt people hurt people. You know the saying, hurt people hurt people. He's a hurt person who is hurting our society, making people I care about less safe. The consequences of this one man's midlife crisis are global, he concluded, and that terrifies me. No, I think you're just irrelevant, shouting to the ever-wandering void that is Facebook, seeking out your relevance and hoping that one day you will be loved again. In reality, you're not. Everybody continues thinking of you as Wesley Crusher, and they tell you to shut the living hell up. You are a moron. You are doing this for attention. Elon has done nothing to you. That's the funny thing. Again, you're on Facebook. Meta. You are not a part of Twitter. You got banned from Mastodon, and people call you a transphobe now for reasons I can't even fathom. I don't even care if they call you that because I don't believe it. That's a whole nother story for another day that I think probably is not true. But you pissed off lefties. Nobody likes you. Star Trek people don't like you. You are so irrelevant that you have to scream and shout to try to make yourself relevant. The only reason, like I said, that I saw your Facebook post is because Bounding in the Comics made this article and tweeted it out. And in a glorious moment, if I probably can't find it, no, never mind. The moment this got tweeted out, the moment this article surfaced, the retweets were consistent. Shut up, Wesley. Constantly the same similar gifs over and over of Wesley Crusher being told to shut up. So shut up, Wesley. With that, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends. Leave your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.